Have you ever felt abandoned by God? Right when you needed Him to show up the most? Let's talk about it.
How does a flower bloom after it's been thrown in a furnace? Is it expected to do anything other than to die and be burnt up? So God, how do you expect me to grow with all the resistance you throw at me? I decided to grow. I'm met with trial after trial. I decided to believe you. I'm met with constant disappointment. I tried to hope, but fear and rejection tormented me at night. God, I hope. I hope you have a purpose with this fire. I know you're not the one tormenting me, but are you allowing it? Because if you are, I might be able to hope to one day be okay. If you are, I know I don't have to burn in this furnace alone. I know you don't hesitate to jump in the fire with those who need you. I read that you did the same for Daniel's friends. If you are, even if I hate that the process hurts this much, if this is how you purify gold, then I might just be okay. But the question is this you? Are you here with me? Will I survive? Will I be able to trust you? I want to. As a phoenix rises from its ashes, maybe one day I will too. But right now, God, my biggest question for you is, God, where are you?
Hey family, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Before the Blow Up, where I am documenting my life towards a major glow up. Now, your girl has been struggling with the uploads because my laptop broke on me, but we back and we better. So let's get into it. Thank you so much for being here and for clicking on this video. And by the title, you already know that we are going to be talking about when God lets you down, aka disappointments in your faith. Now, if you're new here, thank you so much for being here. My name is Minerva, and if you're not new here, you know that your girl has been going through it. When we left off, we were in sort of a crisis, and with your permission, I would like to revisit this crisis, but now through a lens of faith. So if I have your permission, if you will stick with me in the next coming episodes, there are gonna be episodes about faith. Believe it or not, disappointments in your faith or being disappointed in God or feeling like He has let you down is actually a more common problem than you would think. It's just that a lot of people don't openly talk about it because it's kind of a rough space. The moment you start talking about it, here comes every type of Christian ready to defend God and ready to defend God's honor, which is good, but it kind of leaves us in a space where we are not free and open to explore these real feelings and disappointments that we're having. So, in today's video, if you are someone who is struggling with this, I just want to do one thing first. I just want to give you the permission to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. If you are feeling disappointment, if you are feeling anger, in this video, I just want to give you the permission to feel what you're feeling. We're going to feel the feelings. We're going to learn how to navigate while we're in them. And then next week we're going to tackle, okay, where the heck do we go from here? But today, we're just going to be honest and feel the feelings. So in this vlog, I'm going to share my mess. We listen and we don't judge. And then afterwards, feel free to share what you're going through. And let's just be there for each other as a community. So as I mentioned, these next few episodes are gonna be about faith. Faith is such a large part of my life that I don't know if people really get that when watching the vlogs. Everything that I do, I view through a lens of my faith. And how I react to things is also really shaped by the disappointments or the distortions that I have in my faith. So seemingly small things that happen to me, small things to other people, can totally wreck me because of the disappointments that I've had in my faith and the limiting beliefs that I've internalized as a result of that. I want to revisit the last crisis that we were in when we left off, and that was my situation of going for my Dutch citizenship. Now, if you're new here, I am going to place the story time that I did in the iCard, which is probably over here or in the description box. But to sum it up, if you didn't know, I live in the Netherlands. I don't have a Dutch citizenship. And I had been waiting years and years to go for a special process to get my Dutch citizenship. And lo and behold, when I went for that, they discovered that for some reason unknown to, well, everybody, even the immigrations, I now had a gap in my residency of 1 day in 2016. This felt so unfair. And as I said, faith shapes a lot of things in my life. So for me, when ish hits the fan, what do? I run to God. And this situation was no different. This situation felt like the so many a time that I had run to God to help me with a situation that felt so unfair, so messed up. And it felt like the so many a time that I asked him to fix it. I thought he told me he was finna fix it. And then it got worse. It felt like God, the creator of heaven and earth, from whom I felt like I had gotten reassurance that he was with me and that he was gonna fix it. It felt like that God had abandoned me and had so many other things to do. And that I kind of just had to wait while he got to me. And when you're in a situation like that, and you view God in that way, and you view your life in that way, at that moment, you feel super alone. And that is where we find me right now in this vlog. At the beginning of everything, going back and forth, like, I don't want to believe that God forgot me. I don't want to believe that God is just looking at me like, girl, you're gonna have to figure this out on your own. But it is what I was feeling. So in the beginning of this vlog, I just wanted to share a very real picture with you of where I was at, fighting for my life to keep my faith that this big and great God that I hear everybody talking about and that I say that I believe in, that this God was gonna come true for me. And trusting that even though ish was looking like it was gonna get worse before it was gonna get better, that he was gonna come true for me. Let's roll the clips.
So this last week has been so incredibly hard. It's literally like I'm being triggered, like in almost all of my deep-rooted traumas at the same time. I don't like injustice. I don't understand how this could be just and fair. It's like literally I try my best to not make mistakes. I don't like mistakes. So it's not only other people's mistake that I'm being confronted with, it's also me not knowing everything. So me not doing the things that I can do because I don't have the knowledge. Also, I don't like not knowing things. I have had so much struggles with trusting God that this situation is like I have no choice but to trust God, or to just accept all of the crap that is thrown onto me. It has the potential to make me a very bitter and angry person. So this week has been so hard. It's literally almost every day has been searching for help, searching for people to help me. So I've had to have so much no's and people who refuse to even speak with me. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because it's like every day there's just a line of discouragement. And you like really have to search for the things to be encouraged. But it's like everything is screaming at me to give up. But it's like, I know that if I give up after this, it's done. I don't think there'll be hope for me to like really learn to trust God. And it's literally every time I look in the Bible, every time I look at the Bible app, there is something screaming at me that tells me that God is trustworthy. And I constantly have to say that God himself is going to fight for me. Let us hold tightly, without wavering, to the hope we affirm. For God can be trusted to keep his promise. Hebrew 10, verse 23. My brain constantly asks me, like, how do you know God has promised that he's gonna do this? I don't know. That's the scary part. Isaiah 49, verse 23 says, those who trust in me will never be put to shame. If I trust in God, I will not be put to shame. I have to keep holding on that God is gonna do what he promised. I actually went to Coco Jones yesterday, which was a really nice concert. It kind of took my mind off everything. It was so beautiful to see. And I had a moment where I was so emotional. Why am I crying? Oh my God! Why am I crying? There was a moment where it was so emotional for me. Because if you know Coco Jones, her story, you know that there was a moment where she probably didn't think that it was ever going to happen for her. And just to see her on the other side, like successful, to see her in a country that she had never been in before, like never, and like she was there because of the dream that she had. I was just like, shoot, like literally your life could change in an instant. And I found myself just hoping and asking God, like, I hope one day to just be on the other side. But if I give up, I'll never be there. Thank you for listening.
Hey girl, that season was the hardest because like I mentioned, it took literally everything in me to believe that what the Bible said was true, even though everything around me was saying, girl, everybody forgot about you. So that season was tough. Now, in that same week that ish had hit the fan with the immigration, I had planned a shoot for my intro. You know the intro that plays at the beginning of every video that you see now? I was gonna shoot that intro that week. And I was a mess. You saw me. I was a mess. So you will not be surprised that I wanted to cancel that shoot. Of course I did. I was a mess. But I had an intern at that time, Kai, and he had prepared everything so well. I had friends that said that they were going to show up to help me. And girl, if it would have been just me, I would have canceled it. I would have done it another time. But I was not about to be playing with people's time and their energy, so I guess the show had to go on.
So today, in the middle of all of this chaos, we are filming the introduction for the before the blow up vlogs. Like the intro that y'all have been seeing. That's what we're gonna film today. I am excited. This week has been so emotionally draining, mentally discombobulating, and spiritually challenging all in one. And it started Monday. Today's Friday and we're shooting this, so I'm learning not to fall apart whenever my life is crumbling. So we're shooting it. I'm excited. I feel like I'm literally prioritizing myself by letting this continue. I feel so grateful for the people that are going to be here. Friends that decided, I asked them last minute if they could, and they were just like, yeah, I can. And I was like, that's really nice. People are making time to like show up for me because I'm prone to feeling lonely or feeling forgotten. So I don't ask people to show up for me, but that's another story in and of itself. Now I ask, and people are actually showing up for me. That's really cool. Anyway, we're not gonna be sentimental. We are not. Actually, yes, we are. I'm literally like so close to tears, like any moment of the day. So, listen, that's what we're doing today. I just wanted to have a little chit chat and catch up. Okay, we're gonna film scene 1. The vibe of the scene is like pretty distraught, simple, but still kind of like messy. That's what we're doing. It's giving very imperfect, simple. The makeup is also gonna be like very simple. Okay, so the sun is shining. I don't know if that's like a sign that things are finna turn around because it was raining, but I'm here for it. So I'm gonna try the lip balm Emily in Paris by Essence because we're going for a natural. Okay, and then we're gonna do eyeshadow, but kind of like to darken around my eyes. And I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Honey. It's definitely expired, so don't be like me. Kai, the intern, made a mood board. Let me get the mood board. This is the mood board, and I'm kind of going for this mixed with this. Let's do that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot, but yeah. Let's get it.
So looking back on this part of the shoot, this is where we decided to film the before the glow up. So the concept of the intro, so you see me after the glow up and it shows you everything that symbolizes success. And I'm thinking back to my low point in life and how I survived. So at this point we were filming the low point and Kai did such a good job. The setup was so simple and it was pure lighting. And he did such a good job.
Ik vind dit wel echt een mooie lichtinval.
At this point, we were discussing if I was gonna cry on camera.
Ja, in de camera is het zo.
And honestly, looking back, this was so cathartic. Is cathartic the word? It was almost therapeutic. it was just the fact that all of the pain that I was feeling in that season, that I could channel it into this one scene. I'm not gonna lie, I needed it. I didn't know how much I needed that at the time. Somebody give me an Oscar! Even if I say so myself, that tear, that pain was real. I'm really happy with how that turned out. And I'm really happy that it wasn't that weak. So when I look back on this intro, I'll always know, like, yeah, girl, you were really going through it. And I hope to look back in the future and be able to say, I overcame that. I did that-ish. Okay, so that was the first scene. It's finished. It was a little sad. It was supposed to be sad. I don't know why, but I felt really good about it. I cried a little. It was good crying, so I hope you guys like the result. So we're getting ready for the second scene where people are joining us, but let me show you guys the setup. This backdrop made it yesterday. So this is the second setup. And then Kai is going to do his thing. And we, the girls, are gonna be tackling the glam. So the first option is getting very dramatic. But it's also short and small. So I can wear it, but I have to get it on my body. Shall we try it on?
I love it. I love it. It's giving Beyonce lemonade, but orange. Orange lemonade.
Try it on?
Yes.
So this is dress number 1. I really like the drama of this. Shan, you like the drama of that, right?
I like the drama. I always like the drama. It's
But
just
this is too short. Like, not just this, but this is too short. It's not that kind of show. So this is number 1, but we're not gonna do number 1.
I do like it.
This is the second option. I feel like she's a real contender. She's giving leg and split. She's giving, she's the moment. Shan, how much would you rate this 1 to 10?
I think that this is a good 8.5.
8.5. Okay, so this part was the after, and it was so sad because with the intro it was so short, so we couldn't use a lot of clips with them in it. So I'm so happy to do the behind the scenes because it was so much fun. So the setup was, we had paparazzi, I had a makeup artist, I had my man running back and forth to make it look like it was a super crowded award show. I had to stop from laughing or I was gonna ruin my makeup. It was so much fun.
Yes, yes.
Listen, Leslie was amazing, and these guys were cracking me up. Yeah, they were cracking me up. Oh yeah, so in this part we were trying to stage like a paparazzi ambush, and this was the result.
Don't mess with her, sir. I be telling you, but oh my God, you're so pretty. Mama, I made it. Oh my God. Even more. Yes, girl, yes. Love it, love it. Love the camera. Pose for us. Give us angles, give us angles. Yes. Oh my God, love it. Oh my God, Valentino.
Everybody, everybody, everybody. Okay, just for you guys. Hey, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Thank you guys. Yay! Listen, we were a hot mess. I will forever, forever, forever cherish this. That in this week and in this time of where I felt so low and so low to the ground, and damn it, I was not gonna cry. I'm a tug, okay? In this time, in this time where I felt so low to the ground and so forgotten on one hand, that people would just show up and say, what you want to do? We riding. We got you. To me, that meant a lot. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to the intern Kai. I don't know, he probably don't watch this. Thank you to my people, Leslie, Emilia, Siren, Shanity, and of course my husband Sherwin. I'm a tug. Whew, y'all. We almost went there. We actually went there, okay. And after that came a very long and depressing December and Christmas period. And after that, girl, it was time for New Year's Eve, okay? We was gonna say goodbye to 2023. And it was time to get 2024 into the building, okay? Let's get this issue over with. Today is, let me tell you, let me be exact. Let me give you. Today is Saturday, December 30th. And I think tomorrow is New Year's Eve. It's been real. This year, this week was Christmas, and I literally had to choose not to be sad, not to be unhappy all day. And I feel like that choice was a good choice. It went really well. Friends of mine saw us and they were just like, wow, you guys seem so relaxed, and it really surprised me as well. So for Christmas, I just stayed offline because I'm noticing that if I focus on choosing how I want to be in it without focusing outwardly for now, that things, I'm feeling a lot better. So Christmas was good. Now we are approaching New Year's Eve. Hubby and I, we're going away again, and this time we want to focus more on kind of like a retreat, relax, disconnect from everything, and then just focus on planning and strategizing for the new year. That's what we're doing. I want to take you along, but also I want to update you. It's been very silent for a while, but I think the day before yesterday, we went to a brother of my church. He used to work in law. I didn't even know. Apparently, he used to work at the immigration service for a long time. And it's so crazy. When I was there, I literally felt like, yo, God dropped this in my head, because I was literally waiting for a train to come. I was literally standing and waiting for a train to come, and just something clicked in my head. Call him. And I was like, oh sure, I'll call him, because he used to tell me that back in the day he did something with law. And I'm just like, cool. That's probably the reason why I'm thinking about it. And then I call this man and I hear, oh yeah, I used to work there. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Cool. And then yesterday or the day before that, we're doing the meeting, and I'm hearing how long he worked there. And he'd be knowing the stuff, and he'd be asking me questions like, oh, did you do this and this? I'm like, you could do that? So yeah, I'm grateful to God that no matter what comes out of it, at least I know that he has given me a direction of like talk to this person. And that's good news, because I was very upset at God. I was like, Lord, my life is falling apart. If there's ever a moment for you to start speaking and to give me directions, I feel like the moment is now, and you're being silent. That's out of pocket, okay? Because it's not like I don't want to follow you. I want to follow you. I'm asking you for direction to follow you. Why are you not giving directions? And also, Christmas came. I got the most amazing Christmas gifts. Can I show you? This is not me bragging. This is me sharing. Wait right there. Wait right there. Can I show you? I got this. Can you see? You might be like, what the hell is that? What the hell is this girl showing us? It is a DJI Osmo Pocket. It's a camera. My hubby bought me a camera. I have been talking forever. I'm gonna let you go do what you gotta do, and I will see you later. Okay, y'all, so that was it for the vlog part. Y'all have seen me through ups and downs. We've cried a lot, and we've also laughed, and I do want to leave you with some tips if you're going through a hard season where it's like, Lord, are you there? Crickets. And it feels like almost God has forgotten about you and God has abandoned you. And you're just like, how the heck do I deal with these hard feelings that I'm feeling? Not even like, how do I get out of this season? We finna tackle that next week. But how do I deal with the intensity of everything that I'm feeling? And I have some tips that have helped me. And the number one tip that we see in this video is this time that you're going through, it sucks. And it's probably gonna suck for a while. So try to be intentional about still doing fun things, still connecting with people that make you laugh, or doing something by yourself that will make you laugh. You see it in this video, like the beginning and the end, it was a little bit intense. But in that moment of filming my intro, it was a beacon of light in a really dark time for me. So try to be intentional of holding on to moments like that. Tip number 2 is feel your emotions. Don't try to hide it. Try to be very real with yourself about what you're feeling. And don't label or blame yourself or judge yourself for what you're feeling. So if you're feeling angry at God, if you're feeling disappointed, it sounds weird, but you have to feel those feelings in order to be able to process it. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is when you've been real with yourself about what you're feeling, you have to be real with God about it. If you're mad at somebody and you don't tell them, listen, y'all not gonna be able to work through that. If you're mad at God and you don't tell him, he already knows that you're mad at him, but you're not gonna be able to work through it. You have to be real with God about what you're feeling towards him. I have had years where I felt disappointed and angry with God, and I didn't tell him. And you know what happened? I was stuck. I couldn't move on from it. I acted like I moved on from it, but you know what happened? I started vlogging, and ish started hitting the fan, and small things started happening, and I had meltdowns. Why? Because I had anger and resentment in my heart. And every time a small thing happens, you know what came out? Anger and resentment. So be real with what you're feeling with yourself, and then be real about what you're feeling with God. He can handle it. He already knows. My 4th tip, I think it's my 4th. Yes, be careful who you discuss your feelings with, but try to find people that your vulnerability is safe with and discuss it with them. So find people. It could be your spouse, your partner, it could be friends, it could be family that you know that when you tell them, listen, I'm beefing with God, I'm mad at God, I feel like God let me down, that they're not gonna climb on their horse. They're not gonna climb on their high horse and be like, yeah, but you cannot be mad at God because God is sovereign. Yes, he is. But first of all, who are you to tell me what I can and cannot do? I have noticed that when we express complex and negative emotions towards God, that a lot of Christians are quick to make us feel guilty about it or make us feel like we're not supposed to feel that. And I get where they're coming from because they love God as well, so they feel like they have to defend his name. But that's probably not what you need in that season. So try to find people who get that. And it's also okay if you have to teach them what you need in that season. I had to teach a lot of my people, like, listen, I get where you're coming from and I want you to be, I know you want me to just be happy and positive, but that's not realistic. That's not where I am right now. So right now, what I need from you is to just listen and be a safe space for me while I process these emotions. And if there are people who can respect that, those are the type of people that you need. My next tip is find resources that you identify with that push you into the direction that you would like to go. So in this period of my life, I had a very hard time listening to worship music, to sermons, or other Christian things because honestly, I couldn't identify with it. It all seemed so super positive and such a perfect picture that it felt like really far from my reality and I just couldn't relate. It just made me bitter because I was like, y'all's life is so good, must be nice. Probably God don't love me like that, so I'm not listening to you anymore. But there were some podcasts, some songs that I could listen to because they acknowledged pain. They acknowledged the pain that I was feeling while also letting me know that it's okay and letting me know that God still loves me, letting me know that God has the capacity to sit with me in my anger. So they validated my feelings while also pushing me closer to God. And if you can find resources like that, I would say that's a really good thing. There are verses in the Bible that talk about feeling like God has abandoned you. If you don't have people that you can talk to, find these resources and Bible verses so that you at least feel that where you are is okay. You're not a monster. You're just going through a hard time. And lastly, my tip is you have to give it time. It is cliche, but you're gonna have to let it burn. Gonna let it burn. It's all jokes, but you're gonna have to take time to work through your emotions. It's probably gonna suck for a while. You have to constantly be patient with yourself because it's not gonna be overnight that you're not angry anymore. And the good thing is that now that you've been honest with yourself and you've also been honest with God, you can just be like, God, I feel so angry. I don't know how I'm not gonna be angry anymore. I'm gonna need your help to help me not to feel angry. And then constantly ask that. And at a certain point, I cannot tell you how, and I cannot tell you when, at a certain point, it's gonna start to feel better. But for now, just feel what you're feeling. It's okay. Listen, those are my tips. That's all I got for today, my friend. That's all I got. I hope that this video has helped you in a certain way. I hope it's not too long of a video, but if it is, this is where we're at, okay? I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know if you're going through some things. Leave a blue heart emoji to let me know that you came to this part of the video. And subscribe if you're new to not miss a beat, okay? Because next week, we're gonna talk about how do we trust God again after all of the things that we have experienced. It's gonna be good, and if you subscribe, you're gonna be the first to know when that video drops. I will see you next time, giving you all of the hearts, all of the good vibes. Share this video with someone who needs to see it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!